Hello there guys, this is Christy Lewis from Dostoevsky in Space, and today I am here to start off my third weekly vlog for April. We did have the John Adams live stream yesterday on Ramsey's channel from Rajathon, and it was so fun. So that I've been looking forward to for like a month and a half, and it was just as fun as I anticipated it. Alan stopped by, Catherine from Taking Tea with Catherine was there as well, and it was just so fun to talk with them about John Adams. And of course Ramsey did a wonderful job organizing this one. He really had his notes together, and I will just link that up here for you guys if you want to check it out. John Adams is my new favorite founding father, and I think I want to start celebrating John Adams Day on July 2nd. If you're with me, give me a Liberty Bell in the comments. And Out of the Silent Planet, I'm loving this reread. I can't listen to it on audiobook. I have to sit down and read it. It's because I need to read every word. It's too good to not read every word. I can't just skim it. So the live stream for this is actually tomorrow with Victoria, Musical Bookworm, who created this, and our co-hosts. So I'll link that up here as well. That has already happened by the time you are seeing this video. So it'll be with Summer from Summer's Moving Bookshelf and Amanda from her Pacific Northwest Washington life. So that'll be a really good time.
What else? Oh,
I am working on A City of Bells. I like my book taco. I'm taking the tabs out of John Adams gradually and putting them into A City of Bells. That's why it looks like this. These are my Russian language tabs. I am still working on Russian, and it's going well. It's a little slower than I want, but you know, it is going. I mean, it's happening. The tabs really help because any day that I read, I'm going through Russian vocabulary words with these little tabs. So that's really cool. And A City of Bells, wow. I'm in chapter 2, and I'm just flying through this even without an audiobook. It's a very whimsical book. I am loving the characters. They're not all perfect. It's nothing like a bad stereotype that you would expect from Christian fiction. I think it's mostly about family. It's about a young man who was wounded in a war, and he's coming home to live with his grandparents in the City of Bells and their adoptive children. And it's really just lovely. All of the characters are lovely. All of the houses are lovely. It's called the Cathedral Trilogy. I should just show you this pretty cover. So here's the description. It seemed a buried city sunk at the bottom of the sea, where no life stirred and no sound was heard, but the ringing of the bells as the tides surged through the forgotten towers and steeples. That's the description of the city. Isn't that lovely? It reminds me so much of Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. It just has that really delicious atmospheric thing going on. I'm just so excited to sit down and read some more of that. But tonight, I'm going to be finishing Out of the Silent Planet. So that's going to be my focus tonight. I'm working on an article about how my parents escaped from a cult for an unexpected journal, which is the journal that has published a review article that I did on Sanderson's novel Starsight, as well as my first published short story, which some of you have read. Thank you so much. I couldn't believe it when people started commenting saying that they had read my story and loved it. Like, it's not the kind of story that I expect people to love, so thank you. I really tried to make it Flannery O'Connor meets The Sound of Music, so I don't know. Thank you so much, guys. I think that's it. Oh no, that's not it. I've got one more thing. I've got book mail. I just got this in the mail. I'm very excited. I think it's from Evie. It feels like a big floppy book, and I said I'm gonna read the Dragonlance Chronicles with Evie and Noah, and I'm so excited about it. Let's see if it is. Oh my goodness! You guys. So this is the collector's edition of the Dragonlance Chronicles. It's a bind up of the first 3 books. The Dragons of Autumn Twilight, Dragons of Winter Night, and Dragons of Spring Dawning. And Evie sent it to me. She sent it to all of us in the group. And it's just the most relaxing thing ever to just sit by the fire, can't sleep, insomnia, pick up a nice fat fantasy and get lost. I did that with Tad Williams' books. Although actually I haven't finished the last one in Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn, but I was really just enjoying that series because it really took me away. This is beautiful. I'm gonna have to do a glamour shot. I love it. Thank you so much, Evie. Evie is just so generous. Oh my gosh, there's scenes from it on the back. Dragons, creatures of legend, stories told to children. But now dragons have returned to Kryn. The darkness of war and destruction engulfs the land. Can't wait to read this with you all. I can't wait either, Evie. I cannot wait. is April 17th, and I've been having a fantastic weekend so far. Earlier this week, I forgot to mention about the Codex Cantina's awards show, the Bookies. If you haven't seen it yet, please go check it out. I'm gonna link it down below. It was just so good. And today we had the Out of the Silent Planet live stream on Victoria's channel, and everything went so well. Victoria organized it like so perfectly. We all had plenty to talk about. There was some deep conversation going on. I think most people really enjoyed the book. Nobody like outright hated it, so that's good. And I also got like a mini library haul, so I just wanted to show you guys that. I picked up King Solomon's Mines by H. Rider Haggard, which I am pretty excited about. I think it's an adventure story. Kenneth Graham calls it like an enchantment. The only things that concern me is like it opens with an essay on how sexist and racist the book is, which, you know, a lot of classics are, unfortunately. They just are, so we'll see. The other thing that concerns me is that the dedication is to all the big and little boys who read it. Unless I'm mistaken, I'm not a boy, but you know, it sounds like fun still, so I would still like to read it. Also, the other really cool thing about this book is that it has a whole bunch of Penguin classics recommended in the back. This book and several of the ones back here sound like they would be perfect relaxing reads. I also got a NYRB edition of The Dead Souls by Nikolai Gogol, which I will be reading next month with the Codex Cantina, and I'm very excited about that. And I actually don't think I'm going to need this or the other one that I showed you in my last week's vlog, because after I mentioned it in my vlog, somebody apparently went and bought it for me. So I just noticed that it was gone from my wish list. So hopefully that'll be appearing soon, and I could send the other one back to the library because that one's pretty beat up. This one I might still take a look at just to see how different the translation is from the one that I'm getting, which will be the Richard Pevear and Larissa Volokhonsky one. So I'm really excited about those. And tonight I'm going to get back to Slaughterhouse-five, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Hello, it is April 19th, and I got some book mail. So I actually brought scissors with me today. I'm just gonna open it right up and see what's in here. Yeah! Dead Souls by Nikolai Gogol. I hoped this was coming. Yes! Okay, let's see who it's from. Who sent this wonderful gift my way? Because you need your own copy for all those tabs. From Penny! And she sends hugs. Thank you, Penny. You're wonderful. You're right. I really do need my own copy for all those tabs. You're awesome, and I love you. Oh man, I cannot wait to dig into this. It's such a nice copy. It's actually not as long as I was thinking. You guys should join us. We're going to be talking about this in the Literary Discourse Discord. It's going to be Codex and myself. I'm almost done with Slaughterhouse-five. I'll probably talk about that like tomorrow or the next day. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about the book that I got from the little free library that my neighbors run. By the way, those are my neighbors. They're really cool. And you can see that they have a Garden of Eden. Anyways, this is Independent People by Halldór Laxness, and it won the Nobel Prize in 1955 for literature. Now, I kind of don't really put that much emphasis on awards because they're really hit or miss for me. I'm very excited about it. It is set in the early 20th century, and it recalls both Iceland's medieval epics and such classics as Sigrid Undset's Kristin Lavransdatter. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce any of these names. I've never read anything Icelandic that I can think of, but I would really like to. Thank you, Penny. Whenever I see translated works now, unless they're French, I just pick them up automatically. Hello there, guys, it's April 21st, which means it's time to wrap up the third weekly vlog of April. I'll just start off with what I've been reading. I'm just about finished with Slaughterhouse-five. I read all of that this week, and unfortunately it's sitting at about a B+. I'm so sorry, Una. I know this is one of your favorites. I'm looking forward to having our live show discussion because I want to hear more about what Una likes. I'll talk more about it in my wrap-up. The characters are themes, but there's a lot of stuff that's just kind of thrown in there kind of half-heartedly, in my opinion, not really organized or drawn out that well the way Dostoevsky does. I especially find the portrayal of women offensive, which Una has said before that Kurt Vonnegut has no idea how to write women, and I would agree with that. I'm pretty disappointed in that. I'm finding that I'm not really a stylistic reader in the sense that that's my number one. My number one is probably theme that's really well drawn out and convincing, and then probably character. And pacing, the pacing's really good in Slaughterhouse-five. It's fascinating stylistically. There's not much of a plot, but that's okay. I think the style kind of makes up for that. Let's move on. I did start Morning Star by Pierce Brown, and I am loving this so far. I wanted to read you a quote from it. I'm 30 pages in, and I just love that he quotes poets and refers to them and to Greco-Roman philosophers, and he's just clearly really well read. It seems very seamless when he throws a theme into his writing because the writing is still very engaging. He lines the emotions and the philosophies up perfectly, and I really love it. It's so accessible. Man is no island. We need those who love us. We need those who hate us. We need others to tether us to life, to give us a reason to live, to feel. And I love that. I also am still hating Jefferson. Big surprise. Amanda at the Curly Reader suggested that I try Jefferson's Sons, which is a book by Kimberly Baker Bradley. I'm listening to it at night. It's very good so far. It follows the sons of Thomas Jefferson by Sally Hemings, which was his slave that he did not free when he died, even though she bore 5 children for him. And that is heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking to watch the main boy character go through the realization that his father is not the man that he should be. It's really good. Okay, I'm gonna show off my books. I just have no self-control, so I got a whole bunch of new books at the libraries this week. How the Soviet System Works. It's a vintage Russian library, which is cool. It's based on interviews and questionnaires of hundreds of people from 1950 to 1951, and it was for the Harvard project on the Soviet social system. I think this sounds fascinating, and I'm reading a lot of Russian stuff. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. I'm not even gonna try, but I've been wanting to read this version of Faust. I fell in love with Dorothy L. Sayers' Devil to Pay, which is a play. I believe this is also a play. I would really like to read 2 versions of Faust. This one and Devil to Pay. If you guys would be interested in a Faust-along in 2022, let me know down below. I'm just fascinated by that mythology. Faust is the man who sold his soul to the devil. I also got this, and you probably saw this one coming. So those 2 are honor charge books, and so is this next one. Okay, I also picked up this, also honor charge, because I've been reading a lot about Napoleon in War and Peace, and I'm going to be reading Les Mis very soon this year with Naomi and Victoria and Melanie Frenchy, and we're doing a read-along. So I want to read up more on the French Revolution, and this is Napoleon's final defeat. Excited about that. And finally, the revenue. Guys, we made $5 in like the last 5 days, which is like $1 a day. Which is incredible. That you guys are just knocking it out of the park. You're making my dreams come true. If we could get it up to $1 a day and keep it there consistently, I could be sending $100 every 100 days to families together. And that is just incredible. And it's all thanks to you guys. So thank you so much for your support. You are amazing. Thank you. Please let me know down below what you think of all these new books that I got. If you're interested in Faust-along next year, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.